Kaizer Chiefs fans want like this. Guys, Sanbunan, welcome back to Football News with me, OQP, and I hope everyone at home is doing exceptional well. Now, this video might be the quickest video ever. Obviously, we're not going to dive into a lot of things. It's not mostly about updates, but certain things that you do need to know about. So, the verdict is out, guys, in terms of Aiden McCarthy's goal, which obviously we will be looking at on today's video, and then also we look at Zitakwini Kankanyososhinga, Ethan Chislet. Also, we look at Kaizer Jr. with Utulane Touch Mabaso and the Kaizer Chiefs players. I think those are some of the things that we'll be looking at on today's video. Not necessarily update, but things that I would like us to talk about. But anyways, before we get there, please do make sure that you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and most importantly, don't forget to click the bell notification so that next time when I post a new video, you will be able to be notified and that video. So now, starting off with the verdict. Victor Hlongwane has finally talked about indaba as a goal, Liga Aiden McCarthy, and he says definitely, as I've said or predicted before, definitely, guys, that one was an offside. But I will add something to what he said. So this is what Utavik is saying in terms of that goal.
Right, let's go to Chiefs and Arrows. 39 minutes, there's a goal scored by Aiden McCarthy. When the free kick was taken by Maboe, there was no one in an offside position. Free kick taken, Lilepo jumped. When he jumped, it looks like he played the ball, but we'll show you in Soccer Zone. If Lilepo played the ball, then Aiden McCarthy was already in an offside position. Now, what does the law say? The law says it is not an offense to be in an offside position. When you are in an offside position, we'll wait and see if you will play the ball or interfere with an opponent or gain an advantage by being in that position. Now, the ball goes to the goalkeeper who then parries it back into play. So now when it comes back, McCarthy played the ball. When he plays the ball from an offside position, underline this one, from an offside position, he is now gaining an advantage by being in that position. Therefore, flag should go up for offside reason, gaining an advantage by being in that position. Some say you cannot be offside when you play the ball that rebounds from the goalkeeper. What does gaining an advantage means? It means playing the ball that rebounds from the goalkeeper, from the goal post, from the crossbar. If it comes to you and you are already in an offside position, once you play that ball, flag should go up for offside, gaining an advantage by being in that position.
So Mangoba was correct.
If VR was there, it would have assisted him because 100% correct.
So then there was the thought and the argument that once the keeper plays the ball,
yes,
when he saved it, right?
Yeah.
It's then a fair ball. It cancels out what was an offside.
That is not the law. Whoever says that must come to the classroom so that we teach him Murno. Interfering with play means playing the ball. Interfering with an opponent means preventing an opponent from playing the ball, or interfering with an opponent or blocking the view of the goalkeeper. Now, in this case, gaining an advantage means playing the ball that rebound. So it rebounds from the goalkeeper, from the crossbar, to a player who was originally in an offside position. Therefore, the law says the player will be penalized for offside, gaining an advantage by being in that position.
So, guys, as I've said before, the goal that was scored by Aiden McCarthy was an offside goal. For me, I'm not disappointed, and I'm not gonna shy away from that fact to definitely it was an offside. Now, I did read somewhere in terms of the rules to know if a player, like the opponent plays, for example, in this case, Maccabi Lelepo plays, or whoever plays the ball, and then Malfia goalkeeper, instead of trying to save it, would deliberately plays it back, and then Magadlala back deliberately while the player is in an offside position. For this case, Aiden McCarthy, it would have reset the play. But since the play obviously would try Bamba, he tried to save it, not to intentionally play it forward. You understand? If Begal fixed it, I'll fix the Pagati, then definitely that one was going to reset the motion of Aiden McCarthy, because now the goalkeeper has played, not saved the ball, but now he was trying to save the ball, which in this case, unfortunately, could not grab it very firmly, and then it fell to Aiden McCarthy, which obviously he did a tap in while Tatelela. Nakona, if he would have let it, it would have stood as a goal. But since Al Shaile, obviously it is an offside, because definitely initially he was in an offside position, but also how the goalkeeper reacts plays a huge role. Now that is something that I think Victor Hlongwane neglected to mention, or I think maybe he doesn't know of, because Nami found it somewhere deep within. And then moving on, we do have Ozita Kwineka, guys. Now for me, I feel like Ozita Kwineka is the most underrated defender, and he should be contending for the defender of the season this season, because so far Mchita has been disciplined, he's been winning us balls, he's been doing everything that a defender should be doing, and we might as well say he's the best defender this season, and he needs to get a defender of the season. Now obviously we know how things work in SA, especially PSL, so something different, but for me I feel like Kwineka does deserve, that defender of the season contender. He needs to be there, but if he's not there, then I don't know, but for me he needs to be there. And then we look at Tunkayo Soshinga and Ethan Chislett. Those two players, it looks like they are still going to stay on the bench. Now, we are flying out today to Ilona so that we can be able to play against the Moromo Gallants, obviously. Now, I wish we can see Nganyo Soshinga and Ethan Chislett on that squad, but definitely chances are, with the way we have been performing and how the team has been collecting maximum points, progressing very nicely, even though sometimes it's not beautiful match to watch, it's gonna be difficult for Shinga to get game time, because there are not a lot of complaints in terms of the left back position, and also there's not a lot of complaints in terms of the attacking midfield position. And with the Chislett, chances of him really being someone who is considered number one on that attacking midfield is going to be very, very difficult. So I feel like Kapachita, they're still going to stay on the bench, not even the bench, because sometimes they're not even selected on the match day squad. So yeah, it's going to be a very, very long one. So maybe some of you might be thinking that maybe we should just loan them out by using a punch. Well, I don't think that is a good idea, because those two players can prove to be something that we are not expecting. As I've said, when we signed them, I said, no guys, I don't know much about these players, but I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubting. What can they be able to bring to us? Not to say Nyabachacha, because definitely Abachita, since they're not getting game time, that means they're not good enough. No, we need to give them a chance, Spabone, and that's when we can be able to say, okay, we've given them 5-10 games, and we can see definitely they are not good players. They're not adding anything to the team, so it's good for us to let them go on a loan. But with Dushinga, it's more of like we bought the player. Chislett and I showed some Tole as a free agent, but Dushinga, we bought the player, and the player that we bought, we need to use him. We saw something on him, and Melisim Sebensi for that something that we saw. But unfortunately, it looks like things might not go their way, at least for a little more while. And then moving on, we do have Kaizer Mtaung Jr. Tulane Touch Mabaso. Now, those two guys, obviously, at the airport, they were just playing FIFA, but there was something that the Touch said on that video. He said, no.
You see, we go, my team possession based, and then that's the end product of the challenge. You see, final possession doesn't win you games.
Possession-based football doesn't win you games, which is true. Which is true, guys. So I have a question for you. Do you believe that Kaizer should continue playing beautiful football, or should we play for a win? Which one is it? Because I feel like so far with us, we can't have both. currently. Things are starting to shape, but we can't have both, because you look at the games that we were not playing convincingly, you understand, but then we won, and we won getting maximum points, defending well as well. So do you think we should continue playing beautiful football, or should we play for our results? That is the question that I leave with you, Mbogele Lapekaya. And then last but not least, I did hear Kaizer just players who, they believe Uti they will progress to the next round of the CAF Confederation. Well, I like the spirit. Hopefully Abachita can do exactly that, because we do need this one. At least if we can win the Nedbank Cup, and then we say CAF Confederation, and then at the number 1 or number 2 on the log. Okay, not number 1, maybe number 2 or number 3, then definitely that would be something. That would be something worth celebrating, and it would be a huge achievement for Kaizer Chiefs, coming back from all those years. So definitely that is something that we need, and I'm happy about it that they are prepared and they're willing to do whatever it takes so that we can be able to get there. Well, guys, as I've said, this is not going to be a long video. I believe this is it. It was not mostly about my update, but something I wanted us to discuss. Well, please let me know what you think or your thoughts down in the comment section below. I believe this is it. Please don't forget to like the video. Ungakhohlwa ikhosi aliphila umoya. Peace.